Well, good evening. Can you hear me okay? Yes. It's great to be here with all of you fighters for justice. And I think that's what our union movement and our cause has to be.
Solidarity!
And yeah, U.S. mail? No. And when Brother Garlic talked about being an activist, I've been doing this for 12 years. I'm ending my time. I'm not running again. But we don't have to have titles and positions to make a difference in this cause. So I'm not leaving the cause, clearly. I do want to share a few thoughts with you. First off, there could be, to get an award named after one of our labor heroes, Joe Hill, is a deep honor. And I know it's not just to me, it's to our members that make me what I am as well. So I'll accept it not just for me and what I stand for, but for the American Postal Workers Union and our 200,000 members. But Joe Hill reminds us of how important history is. And if we don't learn from history, the old saying that we're bound to repeat it. So here we are in a situation of absolute, clear, and driving fascism. And yet, when the world commemorated the 80th Red Army liberation of Auschwitz, 2/3 of the people in this country under the age of 42 had never heard of Auschwitz and did not know what it was. 20% of people between 19 and I think 28 years of age do not believe that the Holocaust ever happened. They believe it's a hoax and a myth, or just don't know that it happened. I think that underscores the importance of our history. So when you talk about labor history and our history in general, it's not nostalgia, it's not just feel good, it's how to help guide us to learn lessons from the past, to get inspiration as we deal with the battles ahead, and the battles are intensifying. When you see what's happening in LA today, that's just about, if not already, martial law, where the military has been sent in against civilians who are exercising their right to protest. And if we don't learn from the Joe Hills of the world and the determination they had, and all of you in this room know who Joe Hill was when he took on the copper bosses and he wrote all those wonderful songs that inspired workers and struggle against their bosses. But his last words were what? And we need that more than ever as we're facing this drive to tyranny against all our basic rights, against whatever freedoms we have won, as limited as they may be. They must be protected and built upon. The right to free speech, the right to protest, the right to vote, the right to have good government services that aren't just run for the sake of profit, like postal services, like VA services, like workplace safety. These are the kind of things we have to figure out together how to defend. And we know that you're all here as part of the music and arts. Well, music is part of the arts, but all of it, right? And it can make a difference. So a few years back, Brother Garlic asked a few of us, what's our favorite labor song? And I don't know if I'm not going to sing it because you still have food on your tables and I don't want to have the tomatoes thrown at me. But, and I don't know, I assume we knew the song, but maybe not that many people raised it. But the Commonwealth of Toil, by none other, I nominated as my favorite song. And of course it was also written by Brother Chaplin, the same author of Solidarity Forever. And we see how those songs, even though we adapt them to the current period, those songs continue to inspire us. So I'm not going to sing the song, I'm not going to even read all the verses, but the refrain was, but we have a glowing drink. Well, my wife can come up and sing it. My wife is a union activist in her own right. We would not have the History Center. We would not have the History Center at APWU headquarters without her work. And my executive assistant Steve DiMatteo, who lives a few blocks from here, unfortunately said, oh my God, I'm missing it, I'm on vacation. So hats off to him as well. She can sing a lot better than me, I'll just read it. But we have a glowing dream of how fair the world will seem when each man, and we'll add woman, can live his life secure and free. Or better to say, when each person can live their life secure and free. When the earth is owned by labor, and there's joy and peace for all in the commonwealth of toil that is to be. And when we talk about Joe Hill, let's not forget the late great Paul Robeson that so much brought Joe Hill to life for generations to come. When I dreamed I saw Joe Hill last night. So deeply appreciate the award. I know you're going to be talking about Eugene Debs some tonight. I try to apply this to my union office. When Debs said, I'm not going to rise from the ranks, I'm going to rise with the ranks. And that's why leaders like me should be activists first and titles second. So thank you so much. Deeply appreciate the award. Keep up all the great work. Keep up the fighting spirit. We're going to need it more than ever. But it's not hopeless. It's not helpless. United we can beat these bastards. Carry on, and solidarity forever.